Annihiroth, a land carved from the heart of chaos itself, where the very essence of the twisting nether seeps through its bones. Here lies the brutal homeland of the Annihilans, a realm cloaked in shadows and seething with an energy as fierce and unforgiving as the creatures that walk its blasted plains. To step into Annihiroth is to venture beyond the edges of comprehension, to witness the raw and untamed power of the Fel in its purest form. Here, only the ruthless survive, and only the strongest rule. This desolate and fiery world pulses with a chaotic energy that lingers in every fragment of stone and every gust of blistering wind. Rivers of lava snake across a corrupted landscape, their molten flows illuminating the towering jagged peaks and the endless scars left by ancient, unimaginable battles. The air is thick, acrid, and carries whispers of wars both past and yet to come. Amongst these haunted grounds, the Annihilans have carved out their dominion, an empire built on ceaseless conflict, ruthless power, and the desire to crush anything that dares to defy their will. But in the silence of Annihiroth's darkest corners, a sense of dread permeates, a promise of ancient malevolent power simmering just beneath the surface. The lands here are alive, sensing the presence of any who enter, and only the foolish would dare to tread lightly. Shadows stretch and twist unnaturally, cast by the fell green glow that seeps from hidden depths. It's as if the land itself is watching, waiting to test any who step within its domain. In Annihiroth, strength is survival, and power is the only law. Annihiroth's landscape is a testament to both chaos and grandeur, a realm sculpted by ancient conflict and shaped by the Fel itself. Every hill and valley bears the scars of a long-forgotten battle, a silent record of a brutal past and a hostile present. The land itself is unforgiving, an endless expanse of jagged peaks, molten rivers, and charred plains that stretch as far as the eye can see. This is a place where nature and destruction are one and the same, a deadly beauty that calls only to the strong, or the reckless. High above, the skies are corrupted, thick with dark clouds that twist and pulse with fell energy. Flashes of green lightning crackle across the horizon, illuminating the terrain in brief, eerie moments. The peaks are infused with fel, their heights scarred and burned, reaching up like jagged claws from the earth. Rivers of lava carve through the plains, casting a blood-red glow and sending waves of heat across the barren lands. Ash and cinders rain down in a near-constant veil, blanketing everything in a sinister pallor. There is no solace here. No shelter from the relentless fell storms or the corrupted winds that howl across the landscape, carrying with them the scent of sulfur and the faint, ominous whisper of distant voices. Even the smallest corner of Annihiroth is touched by this ever-present fell energy, a force that is both sustenance and poison to those who live here. The ground pulses faintly beneath every step, alive with a dark magic that is as unpredictable as it is potent. Every breath of air, every shadow, and every stone is saturated with this energy, as if the land itself is feeding on the malice it has absorbed over countless ages. And so, within this vast and hostile realm, Annihiroth's regions emerge like islands in a sea of destruction, each with its own unique horrors, each forged by the Fel in different ways. Let us journey deeper into these realms, each more unforgiving than the last, as we explore the infamous regions that define this brutal land. In Annihiroth, every region holds a purpose, each a trial by fire for those who dwell within. Each terrain is designed to test, strengthen, and ultimately prove the might of its inhabitants. These lands are unforgiving, each holding dangers and secrets suited to the warlike culture of the Annihilans. From barren plains to volcanic peaks, every region reflects a different facet of their savage world, a land shaped by destruction and ruled by power. The scorching plains, a barren wasteland where the air shimmers with heat and the ground is cracked and blistered. Here, in this unforgiving desert, Annihilan troops undergo their first trials. With relentless sun and searing winds, only those with strength and resilience can withstand these conditions. The plains serve as the entry point for all Annihilans into the brutal world of Annihiroth, where the weak perish and the strong emerge battle-hardened, forged by the blistering heat. Rising above the plains are the Fellstorm Peaks, a range of storm-battered mountains where only the toughest warriors dare to train. Here, fierce winds whip across jagged ridges and relentless fell storms rage, challenging even the most resilient. Those who ascend the peaks face not only the dangers of the land, but also the constant assault of fell energy, shaping them into hardened, unyielding warriors capable of withstanding any assault. Dark, ominous, and home to the most savage among the Annihilan forces, the Obsidian Caves are a network of shadowed tunnels and chambers. Pit beasts and pit berserkers make this place their lair, thriving in its depths. Within the caves, raw power and primal ferocity are unleashed as each creature battles for dominance. The Obsidian Caves are a realm of untamed might, a place where only those driven by sheer force of will survive. Beyond the caves lies the searing chasm, a place of exile and punishment. A great rift in the earth, filled with toxic fumes and unbearable heat. This chasm is the last destination for those who defy Annihilan rule. Surrounded by flames and suffused with the stench of sulfur, the searing chasm is a grim reminder of the price of failure. Few enter willingly, and fewer still emerge unchanged from its fiery depths. Towering above the landscape, the abyssal volcano stands as a monument to destruction and dark rituals. Here, in the heart of the volcano, the Annihilans summon the darkest of energies, drawing on the planet's fell-infused core. It's a place of power and reverence, where ancient rites are performed and fell energy flows like molten lava. The abyssal volcano is a site both feared and revered, a vital stronghold for summoning the wrath of the Annihilans upon their foes. The Crucible of Hatred, a brutal ritual battleground where pit lords clash in fierce, ceremonial combat. Here, strength is tested, and rivals settle their differences in contests of blood. These battles are both a rite of passage and a trial of honor, a spectacle of raw might that cements one's place among the Annihilans. The Crucible is a reminder of the ruthless spirit that drives the Annihilan culture and the high value placed on strength and dominance. In the depths of Annihiroth lies the Fell Maw, a shadowed, eerie cavern inhabited by monstrous, fell-tainted creatures. It is a place of pure chaos and brutality, where survival is a daily battle. Here, the Annihilans face their most primal fears as the creatures of the Maw roam freely, waiting to devour the unwary. It is a place where only the cunning and the strong can endure, a dark realm that serves as the ultimate test of one's resolve. At the heart of Annihiroth stands Annihiroth's fortress, a towering symbol of Annihilan power and authority. This fortress serves as the command center for Annihiroth, a place from which strategies are devised and wars are waged. Its walls are as unyielding as the ruler it serves, a bastion of fel-infused strength. Within these fortified walls, decisions are made that shape the fate of all Annihilans, solidifying Annihiroth's position as both leader and unchallenged lord of the Annihilan domain. In the heart of the twisting nether, where reality itself bends and warps, stands the portal to Annihiroth, a monumental gateway of fel-infused energies, the sole bridge between worlds. Its presence is ominous, exuding a power that's both alluring and foreboding. This portal serves as the conduit that links Annihiroth with other realms, a pathway for both allies and threats alike. Guarded with unyielding vigilance, it stands as the first line of defense, its energies humming with dark magic that warns intruders of the dangers ahead. Fel energy crackles and pulses around the twisting nether portal, illuminating the surrounding dark void with an unnatural green glow. The portal's swirling vortex is alive with energy, twisting and turning as it awaits the next soul to cross its threshold. Its enchanted barriers are layered with spells designed to protect Annihiroth from any who would dare to breach it uninvited. Annihilan sentinels stand vigilant before the portal, their presence a silent warning of the power that lies beyond. This is no mere entrance. It is a place of profound significance, a link that allows the Annihilans to expand their influence, yet stands as a guard against any who would seek to challenge their dominion. Through this portal, warriors and allies arrive from the far reaches of the Nether, yet only those proven worthy can set foot on the land of Annihiroth. The portal is both a shield and a sword, an ever-watchful guardian of the Annihilan homeland. The Annihilans, similar to other demonic races, are ranked according to their physical traits, such as horns, claws, spikes, beards, and wings, stand as markers of strength and status. Normal Annihilans lack wings and bear only short horns and spikes, signifying their lower standing within the Order. Pit Lords, as elite leaders, possess moderate wings, more developed horns, and sometimes a beard, all signaling their authority over lesser Annihilans. However, these features remain restrained compared to the highest rank. Towering above all, the Pit King Annihiroth displays massive wings, elongated horns, a powerful beard, formidable claws, and thick, prominent spikes. These traits are the ultimate symbols of dominance and power within Annihiroth, cementing the Pit King's place as the absolute apex of the Annihilan race, where every feature embodies his supreme role and unchallenged might. The Annihilan culture is one defined by strength, ruthlessness, and an unyielding dedication to power. In their society, every interaction, every alliance, and every rivalry is shaped by the relentless pursuit of dominance. The Annihilans are bound by a strict hierarchy, a social structure that is as unforgiving as it is straightforward. Those who rise are those who prove themselves through might and endurance. This brutal world allows no weakness. To survive in Annihiroth is to conquer both enemies and allies alike. Among the Annihilans, status is not merely granted. It is earned through relentless trial and combat. Warriors rise through the ranks by besting their foes in battle, solidifying their power through challenges that test their willpower as much as their strength. These trials are often deadly, and failure means exile or death. The strongest among them rise to the level of commanders, overseeing lesser warriors and asserting their rule through fear and loyalty. Combat is more than survival. It is a sacred ritual, a daily affirmation of their strength and right to dominate. Every Annihilan's worth is measured in battle scars and victories. Through ritualistic combat, the Annihilans reaffirm their place within the hierarchy, conducting ceremonial duels and brutal skirmishes that both train them for warfare and enforce social order. For the Annihilans, combat is an art form, one that is practiced with a near-religious fervor. The trials of strength, courage, and endurance are rites of passage, preparing each warrior for the greater battles that lie beyond the borders of Annihiroth. From this ruthless culture of survival and strength emerges a military force unlike any other, united by the same values that govern Annihilan society. Every warrior has a place, a role in the grand design of conquest and domination. As their culture flows naturally into the organization of their forces, the Annihilans' strength on the battlefield mirrors the hierarchy of their homeland, creating an army as disciplined as it is deadly. In the realm of Annihiroth, military order is the foundation of both survival and supremacy. The Annihilan forces follow a strict hierarchy, where each rank and unit plays a crucial role in achieving their brutal objectives. Each warrior, from the lowest to the highest ranks, is a piece of a grand machine designed for conquest. Every soldier knows their place, each rank meticulously trained and organized to create a relentless, unified force of destruction. Within this fierce hierarchy, an array of formidable units stands as pillars of Annihilan power, each wielding distinct weapons and serving a unique purpose in their relentless domain. Pit guards, stalwart, duty-bound defenders of Annihilan lands, always focused on maintaining order and stability. They protect the Pit Lord's palaces and patrol their territories with fierce loyalty. Pit breakers, chaotic and aggressive, constantly dueling for power and status. These roamers pillage neighboring lands, but also engage in brutal contests among themselves to ascend to a higher rank. Pit maulers, heavy-hitting brutes wielding massive hammers, known for their laziness and love of destruction. They act as shock troops and marauders, bringing overwhelming force when needed, but requiring strong leadership to stay focused. Pit ravagers, swift, precise fighters trained for targeted strikes. They excel in hunting down specific enemies or fulfilling tactical objectives in battle, relying on their speed and combat precision. Pit flayers, sadistic torturers who specialize in punishing prisoners and extracting information. They work directly under the Pit Lord's law enforcement, feared for their ruthless methods. Pit berserkers, solitary, rage-fueled warriors who dwell in the deep caves under Annihilan territory. Feared by all, they are terrifying forces of destruction, driven by an uncontrollable fury when provoked. Pit crushers, the result of the contests between the Pit breakers, who march as the strongest brawlers. They are favored by the Pit Lords and wield immense power, serving as elite, independent warriors who sometimes supplement Annihilan military campaigns. Pit bombardiers, roaming ranged attackers, not part of the formal military, but powerful nonetheless. They accompany pit breakers on raids, using heavy boulders to wreak havoc from a distance. Their laziness and reliance on ranged combat prevent them from rising in the ranks. Pit reavers, archers trained in using massive great bows, excelling in hunting down difficult targets and executing precision strikes. Their arrows are slow but devastating, and they provide valuable long-range support during battles and sieges. Pit blasters, elite artillery units wielding rare and powerful cannons, either crafted by Gan-Args and Mo-Arg engineers or forged in the twisting nether. They serve as long-range artillery forces capable of breaking down fortifications and obliterating enemy troops with their devastating cannons. Pit weavers, primary fell casters, unleashing destructive fell magic in battle. They are trained by the pit lords to harness raw fell energy, focusing on pure magical destruction rather than physical force. Pit shamans, spiritual supporters of the Annihilans, using rituals, chants, and totems to empower their allies. They channel primal magic to bolster the strength of the Annihilan forces, acting as powerful buffers during combat. Pit warlocks, dark sorcerers trained in corruption and sacrifice. Pit warlocks focus on weakening and damaging enemies through curses and dark spells, making them formidable manipulators of war. They use sacrificial magic to empower themselves and bring doom upon their foes. Pit beasts, bestial, monstrous creatures that live deep in the Annihilan homelands. Less intelligent but highly aggressive, they serve as a primal and feral offshoot of the Annihilan race, avoiding interaction with the more advanced members of their kind unless forced into combat. Pit infernals, monstrous cousins of the common Annihilans, they roam the searing abyssal volcano. These ferocious beings, armored in cracked stone and brimstone, pulse with volatile fell energy and are highly territorial. They defend their volcanic domain with unmatched ferocity, embodying hatred and fire as they fiercely ward off any intruders. Pit lords, powerful leaders and commanders of the Annihilan race, embodying intelligence, strategic mastery, and magical prowess. Their wings and enhanced physical features symbolize rank and authority, distinguishing them from lesser Annihilans. Under Annihiroth's law, they lead the Annihilans in relentless warfare. Ethereal pit lords, ghostly manifestations summoned from the twisting nether. Their haunting forms and swift magical strikes make them formidable on the battlefield, serving as both powerful allies and chilling reminders of the Nether's dark influence over Annihiroth. Pit King, the most powerful Annihilan, reigns as the supreme ruler of the Annihiroth region. Towering over his kin with infernal strength and intellect, he embodies the brutal, ruthless ambition of his race. He wields not only immense physical power, but also a strategic mind honed through countless battles. His massive wings, fell-scarred armor, and blood-soaked blade are symbols of his relentless pursuit of conquest and dominance. As the Pit King, he commands both fear and loyalty, his every step resonating with the force of one who embodies Annihiroth's violent heart. Under his rule, the Annihilans unite in strength, carrying his unyielding will across the hostile lands of their homeland. As each Annihilan fulfills a unique role in this formidable hierarchy, their combined might forms the backbone of an unstoppable force. Yet it is their weaponry and the brutal art of warfare that truly define their existence, where every strike is a testament to the relentless power and dark purpose driving them forward. In the dark world of Annihiroth, the Annihilans wield weapons as symbols of their brutal and unyielding approach to warfare. Every piece of weaponry is a fel-infused extension of their rage, honed through centuries of conflict. Their weapons are not mere tools, but manifestations of their power, crafted to conquer, destroy, and inspire fear across the realms. Each weapon carried by an Annihilan warrior embodies not only raw power, but also a piece of their deadly culture. It is a testament to the Annihilan will, designed to embody pure, destructive strength. Forged and empowered within the fell forges of Annihiroth, these armaments are not just weapons, but instruments of domination. Each weapon serves as an extension of its wielder's power, rank, and identity. The Pit Berserker, wielding a massive greatsword, brings devastation to any who stand before it, embodying raw, unrestrained force. The Pit Guard, steadfast and immovable, stands at the front lines, equipped with a halberd and shield. The halberd's reach allows them to strike from a distance, while the shield fortifies their defensive position, ensuring no enemy breaches their ranks. The Pitbreaker wields a heavy axe designed to cleave armor and flesh alike, while the Pit Mauler's mighty hammer strikes with the weight of mountains, shattering the ground beneath its foes. For those who can handle it, the Pit Crusher's double-edged axe amplifies every swing with a brutal momentum, making each blow lethal. More specialized among them, the Pit Ravager dons spiked gauntlets, allowing close, brutal assaults. In contrast, the sinister Pit Flayer's weapon, the Flay, enables a grim precision, tearing away at any weakness in their foes. The Pit Shaman bears ritualistic totems and lanterns, connecting them to ancient fell energies, while the Pit Warlock's staff channels dark magic, each incantation a deadly reminder of the chaos that fuels them. In ranged assault, the Pitrieva's great bow unleashes arrows with formidable strength, their range and accuracy feared across the land. Behind them, the Pit Bombardier wields massive boulders, flinging them like artillery, while the Pit Blaster's cannon unleashes fell energy in explosive bursts, creating destruction from afar. At the pinnacle of their hierarchy, the Pit Lord wields a massive polearm, a weapon symbolizing dominance and strategic control. The polearm's reach and versatility showcase their authority, a symbol of strength and leadership. Above all, the Pit King himself bears an even larger, more imposing polearm, a colossal weapon fitting only for the ruler of Annihiroth, marking his supremacy and unmatched might. The ethereal Pit Lord, summoned from realms beyond, holds a trident, a weapon of regal command and mystic energies connecting it to the spectral forces of the Nether. And finally, the Pit Infernal, fierce and primal, wields a flaming mace, its flames echoing the volcanic lands it calls home, embodying relentless aggression and the raw fury of fire. Together, these weapons form the arsenal of the Annihilans, each crafted not only for battle, but to signify their place and purpose within Annihiroth's brutal society. Each blade, hammer, and staff resonates with fell energy, marking them as both tools of war and symbols of their undying dominion. Annihiroth stands as a realm forged in darkness and fury, an unforgiving world where only the strong survive, and where each day brings another battle, another test. Within the shadows of this unyielding domain, the Annihilans wage an eternal struggle, not just for dominance over one another, but against the chaos of the twisting Nether itself. Here, Strength is more than survival. It's purpose, creed, and destiny. As fell storms ravage their skies and molten rivers carve through their lands, the Annihilans hold fast, their power growing as fierce and boundless as Annihiroth's own untamable fury. And so, this brutal saga remains unending, an open question within the Nether. How far will the Annihilans push the limits of their own strength, and to what fate does this endless war lead?